everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be playing a demo for a game called Gourdlets. Now, if you have never heard of Gourdlets before, it is a cozy city building sandbox game. You can build your own scenery, build your own towns, and watch the visiting Gourdlets arrive and interact with the areas that you've created. Gourdlets also has no objectives, no points, there's no combat. It is a very stress-free game. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so first things first, we need to get this little Gourdlet here somewhere to walk. He's got this tiny little square of land, nowhere really to go, so I think we should give him a cozy garden area. I see on the left we have a garden button with a little tree symbol on it, so I'm assuming that means we could maybe give him a garden, or use things like trees, bushes, flowers. So let's extend this land area right here. I don't know if this is oh, it is a click and drag. Okay, I see you. So let's make this a little bit more even, fill it out a bit more. I may have to do some parts of it square by square, but that's okay. We're gonna fill the rest of this out so that way this Gourdlet and their little buddy can have somewhere to walk around. All right. All right, so now we have a platform of land, and you can definitely click and drag, but I do find it a little bit easier sometimes to fill in smaller areas by simply clicking piece by piece. So if you look at the bottom here, we have all of the garden options. I see that it's mostly trees, but that's okay. I feel like the land is a little empty at the moment, so let's give them some trees to look at, just so that way it's not so empty. I'll put some trees back here maybe, and then as we expand the land, I will also add some other buildings, maybe some fencing with the fencing option that's available. It looks like there are also some bench options, so maybe this area over here can be a beautiful scenery area, maybe where they can, take some pictures together, maybe they can just hang out, enjoy the beautiful trees, and we can add buildings maybe over here on the right. And thank goodness, you guys, thank goodness there's an undo button, because sometimes it can be a little tricky to place it in the correct spot. As I was clicking and dragging, which is very convenient, it does also go in the wrong spot sometimes, so thank goodness they have an undo button, it'll fix that for you. Alright, so now that we have the land a lot more expanded, we have some beautiful trees, there's a good amount of space for them to walk on. I want to add some buildings down, maybe put a bit of fencing, maybe even put strips of land in between big plots of the grass, so that way it almost kind of seems like there's little islands. So if I have this big area right here, and then I connect some land in between with just the one little strip walkway, I feel like that would be really cool looking. Alright, so here is my land bridge over here on the left. I'm going to make a second plot of land, kind of like how I did in the beginning, where I put the flowers, the trees, and the houses, except this time I want to make this area strictly for buildings. Additionally, you don't have to just use the grass like I've been using, I just really like the grass, but if you look at the bottom here, there are also other options that you can use for building. I did want to go ahead and try out, though, just very quickly what one of the other options were, and it looks like if I wanted to, I can click on this bridge option right here, and I can click and drag where I place all of the land squares, and it replaces the entire thing right away with a bridge, which is super cool, because in my mind, I thought if I wanted to do that, I was going to have to erase the entire thing and then make the bridge itself separately, but it saves me some time doing that. I was able to make this little bridge, and it looks like they can even go fishing. That is so cute. I do love that feature, though. It's super convenient and very time-saving. Additionally, two other super cool features that you can have in this game. One, if you zoom out the scroll button on your mouse, you can see more of a bird's eye view, which is really, really nice, especially if you're making a really big map in the game. Secondly, if you use the right-click button on your mouse, it'll allow you to scoot around, so that way maybe if you built all the way over here, it would allow you to go over to that area and view more of just that part. Or if you wanted to just simply stay in this area, you could zoom right in and scroll around with the right-click button. Alright, so now we have our big plot of land set up, and it's time to decorate it. If you look here on the left, we have all the different categories of items you can choose to build with. Here we have all of the different pathing options. Here are all of the current building options, all of the trees, all of the seating options, all of the fencing, the lighting. We have some signs to direct you where to go, and then we have the delete option, and of course, the shovel. In the front area, I only put a few buildings, so I think for this one, I would like to add a whole lot more. Like, this could be the main housing area for the Gourdlets. Part of me is also hoping to make this super symmetrical, but honestly, it may not be. Let's see, okay, I put 2 square spaces in between here. I put, let's see, how many? It looks like I put maybe like 4 or 5 on that side. It's kind of hard to tell. So let's see. Actually, you know what? It probably won't end up being symmetrical because I don't think I made an even amount of squares on both sides, but that's okay. It's pretty anyways. As for pathing for this area, this kind of looks like some kind of sand square or some kind of dirt. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, so this is definitely sand. I'm gonna use this as a path, so we're gonna drag this out a little bit and have it turn both ways towards the houses. Alright, so it's not quite done yet whatsoever. I still have a bit of work to do. I still need to extend the sand pathing on the right, maybe add some plants, and I do also want to add a dock for them to go fishing, but I feel like it's starting to come together and I'm really excited. Alright, the sand pathing is done. I do already see a bit of a mistake that I made. As you can see, there's a bit of an uneven amount of grass between. There's only 2 spaces right here aside from the sand that I added, and then there's about 5 or so right here. And it looks kind of weird, but I'm thinking instead of having to undo all of this work, I think what I want to do instead right here is maybe add a tree or 2, depending on how many spaces it takes up, and then add a bench or 2 in between. Have it be like a cute little sitting area for them, kind of like a park. And here I've accidentally expanded the dock way too much, but I wanted to show you guys something. When you use the undo button, it makes a super funny noise. So let's say that I wanted to undo all of this. Listen to when I click the button. Listen to what it sounds like. It sounds cool. I decided I want to test out some of the other pathing as well, because I couldn't tell from far away if this was a stone pathing or some kind of pond pathing where you can make your own little ponds. And it's actually stone pathing. It is not a pond, but that would be cool. And here we have the final build. Let me go ahead and give you guys a tour. So here we have the front area, which is where the Gourdlets come in whenever they visit. We have a couple of houses for them to stay in. I feel like they're kind of like guest houses. There's only a couple over here. We have some beautiful trees, and then my land bridge that I made. Over here is the main city and building / housing area. We have lots of homes for them to stay in, a little park area for them to sit at if they would like to hang out somewhere and relax. Over here, we also have a dock for them to go fishing on. I didn't even think that this would be a thing. This is so cute. Like, look at that. They've got little flowers on their heads, and they're going fishing. I love them so much. So what do you guys think? Will you be trying Gourdlets? Will you play it? There's currently a free demo on Steam if you would like to try it out. I personally really enjoyed it. I am so glad that it is a stress-free game, because although some games are really nice to have whenever there's some kind of combat, some kind of task or objective, those can be really fun too, but it's also equally as nice to have stress-free games to play. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching my video. I really, really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone!